person that I would like to invite up to the podium now is a friend of ATLS whose life has been touched by trauma and who chose to take that experience and really change her country, and is single-handedly responsible for bringing ATLS, ATCN, and PHTLS to Lebanon. We've heard from her before, actually in San Francisco. It was very soon after she really devoted the majority of her life to helping care for trauma patients, and she's here to provide us an update. Zeina Kassem.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to take a few more minutes of your time to show you our short movie. Thank you. 22nd of October 2011, at this same conference, I stood here in front of you and shared with you my story, the story of my son Talal, who on his way to school was run over by a reckless driver. He was 17. Luckily, he died instantly. As I told you then, the American College of Surgeons allowed me to channel my pain and turn my broken heart into a strong, determined one, dedicated to trauma care and to saving lives. 3 years ago, after hearing my testimonial, Mrs. Zeina Kassem, moved by my story, insisted that I take her American College Surgeon's necklace for keeps. I felt that she was passing on the torch. I was not sure at the time if I was capable to keep it lit and if I truly deserve it. However, I considered it a challenge and accepted it. From that moment on, it was not only about wearing the ACS emblem around my neck every day, but about carrying your message. No, our message. My wound was still so raw at the time, and I must say that necklace gave me the desire and power to try and prevent anyone being inflicted the pain I had been through. The golden hour of trauma became my challenge. I was proud 3 years ago to tell you about the first ATLS class of doctors sponsored by Roads for Life, the Zeina Kassem Fund for Post-Accident Care. Let me briefly recap what has happened since. Since the day I was introduced to the golden hour of trauma and understood that the golden period you all believe in does not occur only in the emergency room, but does start at the scene of the accident. I was introduced then to the PHTLS and the ATCN programs and understood that ATLS alone was not enough. I vowed to have them implemented in Lebanon, knowing that it would be a major challenge, a challenge we accepted to take. Well, since then, more than 220 doctors from more than 60 public and private hospitals, sponsored by Roads for Life, have become certified with ATLS. From that moment on, we worked hard at Roads for Life to introduce the PHTLS to the Lebanese Red Cross. We actually succeeded in less than 6 months. You know what they say, when there's a will, there's a way. With the immeasurable help of Dr. Saoud al-Turki and Mr. Will Chaplow, an agreement was signed with all parties in April 2012. In parallel, we secured a sponsor who believed in the cause for at least 3 years to bear the cost of the material, promulgation, implementation and the training of the first 300 mission leaders from the Lebanese Red Cross, the official EMS in my country, to lead the available 300 emergency teams of Lebanon. The first PHLS course took place in February 2013 under the governance of the American University of Beirut Medical Center. Having secured the PHLS, we engaged the battle of the ATCN. Finally, after 2 years of negotiations and in order to complete the loop of trauma training programs, BMC and Roads for Life joined their effort through a unique partnership with the purpose of promulgating the ATCN program and an ultimate goal to professionalize the post-trauma care at all levels of the trauma cycle in Lebanon. The promulgation of the ATCN program started on the 28th of February 2014 with the core faculty, the international faculty, chaired by Mr. Richard Han, and the regional chapter chaired by Dr. Saoud al-Turki. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Saoud al-Turki, Mr. Will Chaplow, and Mr. Richard Han for their precious friendship and their ongoing support. Last but not least, I must add, this would not have been possible without the work, time, and dedication of Dr. George Abi Saad, the chairman of ATLS Lebanon, and Ms. Diana Scaff, the original ATLS National Course Coordinator. Unfortunately, in my country, there are no statistics on the impact of the programs yet, but we collected testimonials of certified PHTLS paramedics, ATLS doctors, and ATCN nurses sponsored by Roads for Life, describing their experiences. What we heard exceeded our expectations. ER physicians and certified nurses' testimonies confirm time saving of up to 50% on each case in the emergency room, and hundreds of lives being saved using the ATLS and ATCN techniques. It is about having a preset approach and speaking the same language you all believe in. Paramedics certified with PHTLS assured us that more than 70% improvement in dealing with trauma patients due to the PHTLS training was achieved. Finally, the loop of trauma care was successfully completed. That was the first major achievement for me. With our persistence, we had two other achievements. First, a new and modern traffic law for Lebanon. Indeed, since 2011, we have worked on establishing a lobbying body that has held meetings with all national parliamentary commissions and succeeded in adopting a modern traffic law for Lebanon, replacing an obsolete traffic law that was still in effect since the 60s without any single amendment. This will definitely help reduce the number of road victims and crashes once properly implemented, and will serve the same purpose for which we are all working for, reducing death, fatalities, and injuries. Second, a ministerial circular exerting all hospitals to provide their personnel with ATLS, PHTLS, and ATCN. Roads for Life launched a well-studied media campaign and caught the attention of the Lebanese Ministry of Health, and finally succeeded in creating a medical lobby, exerting pressure on the ministry, thus prompting it to issue a circular asking all governmental and private hospitals to provide their personnel with ATLS, PHTLS, and ATCN, whichever applicable, training sessions through Roads for Life, the American College of Surgeons Lebanon chapter, and the American University of Beirut Medical Center. The government has even made this training crucial for the accreditation of the Lebanese hospital emergency rooms. As for our objective, it remains training as many doctors, nurses, and paramedics as possible in the future. We are working closely with the AUBMC to schedule no less than 6 courses yearly for the ATLS and ATCN, and hopefully more in the years to come. The Lebanese Red Cross is also working at the full capacity of 6 courses yearly. All this amounts to no less than 100 doctors, nurses, and paramedics trained on a yearly basis. Ladies and gentlemen, we were asked to spread the rescue culture the way we did it in Lebanon, in other countries in need. Dr. Saoud al-Turki, in charge of Region 17, encouraged us to do so. Spreading the ATLS, ATCN, and PHTLS culture would not have been possible without your inspiration. But I have a confession to make. Throughout this experience, and whenever I know that a life is saved with the help of ATLS, PHTLS, and ATCN, my son, Talal, immediately comes to my mind. And the fact that he did not have the chance to get his golden hour of trauma. However, my heart is appeased whenever I hear that one more life has been saved thanks to the golden hour. I know deep down that Talal has had something to do with it, and of course all of you present here. In other words, the way Talal died has given life to those who need it the most. Ladies and gentlemen, I treasure this necklace. I dread the day I have to do what Jenny did and pass it on to someone worthy of continuing on this long journey of saving lives. I will keep my precious pendant for now. It acts as a daily reminder of our noble mission and the trust you have placed in me, and I pledge to you that I shall be faithful to this mission for the rest of my life. Thank you.